Hello there. It's Wednesday. Welcome back. April 1st, but no April Fools. No joking from here anyway. I'm Andrea Cannon, and I'm here to present a weekly mini lesson. And we have covered a variety of topics, most of them keeping focused on um, easier playing skills and so forth, with the knowledge and explanations about how they are very basic and they can help you set up better for more advanced um, pursuits on the guitar. So today we are going to talk about um, using the pick, this kind of pick. So, and I do want to get specific, as you may know or maybe not know. I went to college at Berklee College of Music, which is a renowned contemporary music school, and so mostly played jazz while I was there. And the reason that I like that is because um, jazz is an idiom that's it's the almighty Andrea. Hi, AJ. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Yeah, so we're talking about using the pick today, and jazz is a style that's, um, maybe it's not like the most popular pop music style, although elements of jazz do make everything a little bit more interesting, I think. But whatever skills you learn playing jazz, you can use in every other thing you do, except for fingerstyle. That's another thing, and I'm going to devote some lessons to that. But today I wanted to talk about jazz and some sensible step-by-step applications for it. And first, we're going to start with open strings. This is Miles, always wants to be the center of attention. But as soon as I start playing guitar, he realizes it's serious stuff. Yes. And he's not going to get any attention right now. So I put my metronome on today, 80. So this is 80 beats per minute. And I'm holding the pick. I always say, hold your hand out like you're going to shake hands, and then curve your fingers so that they're pointing at you. And then on this first knuckle right here, lay the pick facing outward. And then put your thumb on top of it. So you get something like this. This is what it looks like from here. And this is what it looks like from here. So the only thing really that's out is the point. And you have solid contact with most of your thumb, mostly across the top facing you, and then on the bottom you have your first finger. So the pick is not likely to be dropped, which is a thing that is a pain for us. So and you can also experiment with moving your fingers a bit, but what I'm trying to help make you avoid is this. And this is what so many people do, is they just, like a little bird looking for the worm, and then put the pick like this where you have almost no contact with it. And so it does jiggle back and forth, and it's not as stable. So if you can get used to this by playing on open strings in whatever order you care to go. I'm going to be starting from. So that's here's the metronome. Let's do 4 on each string. Ready? First string, 2, 3, 4. Second string. I did learn the rest of that song we talked about. All right, so at this point, if you're watching on the recorded podcast that I leave up, then you can stop the video and do some more open string picking. I recommend it. Now let's try. We have 3 legends. Well, if you count me, but Tiny T, who is a mod. I think I made you a mod. I don't know. You should be a mod. I tried to do it on YouTube. And then and we have AJ, our good friend. And Miles is trying to get attention, but I'm trying to ignore him. Okay, so we did all down picks. So now we are, the easiest thing to do would be keep it the same tempo and alternate. And of course, going up is a little bit harder. So that's why I've got it at such a slow tempo. I may have to have a word with Miles. So give me a second, but here we go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Back on your gaming channel. All right, so down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And again, if this is something that feels awkward at all, turn the camera off, turn your metronome, and work specifically on the upstroke, because that is weaker for a lot of us. You could work, like I said, specifically on the upstroke. Okay, so that's the initial warm-up. It's every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. I'm doing these mini lessons. I'm thinking of having a warm-up, a 15-minute warm-up session every day at 8 a.m., but I don't know if I can make myself get out here, although it would be really good for me. Anyway, I want to go back to this. I did this on an earlier podcast just to kind of get the fingers warmed up. I started at the 5th fret and no left, no right hand at all, no pick. So you can relax that and just. And I'm pulling into the next string. So they're sitting here when I'm done. And now the next string on the 5th string, hammer, 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 hammer. Now this is, if you do it correctly, it forces your fingers to separate a little bit. It forces your thumb to support from the back so that they're even. If you do this like this, you're either not going to be able to reach, or you're not going to get, unless you're gifted with very big hands, then you might be able to get away with it. But what I'm advocating for is a nice even hand position here. And if you've got a pencil or a pen, you can fit it in there. I don't recommend you play with it in there, but the point is you can fit it in there. And that's leaving that little space is a helpful tunnel. That's what I call it. Anyway, 5th string, hammer, 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 hammer. And then hammer, 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 hammer. This is just for warm up. We're going to do a scale after this. It might be easier if this is in any way awkward for you. Start on the 1st string. And, really strive to make it kind of parallel to the neck. So these weaker fingers, smaller fingers, have half a chance. All right, once you've done that, we're going to transition to a scale here. And I picked, you can, this is the easiest scale for guitar when you're beginning is G, A. So on the 3rd string, it's open and then 2nd finger. Then on the 2nd string, it's open, 1st and 3rd. And on the 1st string, the fingerings I use are open, second finger on the F sharp, and I use the pinky. Otherwise, there's no pinky involved in this fingering. If there is the pinky used here, then yes, you're going to skip this finger when you go back down. But the advantage of that is you start when you're playing, you know, it develops a little more companionship between these fingers, which is helpful in the development of your hand. So G is like this. And if you do that with your 80, all at one note at a time right now. So when you get confident with that, or that might be easier. So if you feel like you've got the pick, I'm going to call it the jazz way, but it's really the secure way. And okay, now I want to talk about the C scale. We did that one last week, I think, in the scales and cadences and learning by ear, because anyway, here we go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's the open position. Okay, so I'm going to suggest this because it's more movable. C, D on the 5th string. And this is E, F, G on the 4th string. And then on the 3rd string, A, B, C. So how about this? All down picks on quarter notes at 80 for now. If you feel like you've got it under control, okay? Okay, so that's really the basic thing I wanted to open today, because that's a movable scale. The most important thing in this lesson I'm hoping that you'll get out of is try holding the pick like this, keep the metronome slow, develop the downstroke, develop the upstroke, and then use them in combination. That's it. And then I like this warm up for your left hand, so I reiterated it from an earlier podcast. And now I'm introducing this movable scale. So if you're comfortable with this scale, I'm going to suggest you go up 3 and then back to the first note. Now up 3, back to the second note. Up 3. So that's a new note, D. So here's what it is with the metronome at 80. And then you dial it back, which gives you, missed it. And hopefully soon it'll be which takes us up to about that 15-minute mark that I like to use for these. And that takes us up to that 15-minute mark. Okay, come here, Miles. Now you can help me. He just really wants to say hi, I guess, or feel like he's in front of the camera. I don't know. Anyway, he's already a showbiz dog, right? So now he's going to lay on the desk. I'm chilling out. Let me share with you the dog's life a little bit. You going to share the dog's life? Okay. Any questions out there? Let me know. AJ was wondering when I'd be back. Well, here I am. The idea is every Wednesday at 1. And if it's not going to happen, I guess I'll leave a note on my page or my Instagram. Because you can leave notes on YouTube now, so I might leave one here, or on Instagram. So that's all I've got for today. And as always, be very careful with your practice, and also do some stuff you enjoy, and above all, have some fun with it, because that's really what we're all here for. We do it for the enjoyment and to be able to share our music and our thoughts with people. So there we go. So thank you, Tina and AJ, for being here that I can see. And anybody else who may be out there, thank you for being here too. And I'll be back next week. Bye-bye.